When you saw the art on the wall, you didn't actually eat it, right?
I mean, I ate a good bit of it. And I was gonna take a video of myself pooping it out. It's the same thing that AI does. Chewing it up and spitting it out. Yeah, no, I was arrested. Like, it doesn't have to be good to be art. It just has to be made by a person. Yeah, I'm Grandeur.
Well, thanks for coming on. Yours was one of the most interesting headlines that I found. You know, they painted it to be like this guy eats this AI art stuff, and I was like, that's really absurd. I want to make a nice little kind of satire news bit about that. What were you thinking? What's going on there?
I'm a film and performing arts student. I'm pretty involved in my theater up here being Fairbanks, Alaska. But recently, the theater program has been starting to encourage a lot more AI use. They had just pushed a movie where all of the animatics were done with AI, and the arts program as a whole has been real lenient on letting people use AI wherever they want in their art. And I was just walking in the gallery one day, and there was somebody's whole thing was just a bunch of printed out pictures of their AI girlfriend.
That's interesting enough right there.
I'm Aria, the flagship female companion robot of Realbotics.
An AI girlfriend, so...
The big issue I have with it is just using it instead of using your own skills in art.
So you saw this on the wall, and obviously it hit a nerve.
I took a class last semester. It was a screenwriting class, and the professor was like, you should use AI to come up with ideas for you. You should use AI to come up with your pitches. You should use AI. You should use AI. It doesn't possess like that same off-the-walls creativity that a person could have.
When you saw the art on the wall, obviously you chewed it up, or you didn't actually eat it, right?
I mean, I ate a good bit of it.
That clears up an argument that I had with someone on TikTok. So that video's got like 31,000 views now on TikTok, just the clip. And she said that she talks to your cousin and you just spit it back out. So if you watch this, you heard it from the man himself.
Yeah, I mean, I spat it out periodically just because there's so much of it.
Sure.
It was kind of a mix. I was really hoping if I didn't get my phone taken, I was gonna take a video of myself pooping it out.
How epic.
Yeah, because that would have been, like, it's the same thing that AI does with art.
Get on AI.
The chewing it up and spitting it out is a much faster way of portraying that. Which is kind of why I started doing it a lot more closer to the end.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I love it. So, what happened after I guess you ate most of it? You ate 51. Is it really 51 pieces?
The report says it's 57.
How long did you contemplate going and eating the art before you actually went and did it?
2 hours, almost on the dot.
Okay.
12:17 is when I had eaten it.
You thought about it for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Was there any moment where you were like, I probably shouldn't do this?
No. There was moments where I was more thinking about how I should do it. I had thought about just taking it all off of the walls and bringing it back home and cooking it to eat it, because that would have made it a lot easier if I could film myself cooking it, then I could film myself eating it, and then I could film myself pooping it out. It would have been a lot easier to do that and get away with it because there's no cameras in the gallery. But that would also could have implicated my roommates, and I didn't really want to do that. I'd thought about okay, what are the consequences of this going to be? I might get kicked out of school. The consequences did not outweigh the benefits.
So did the police actually come and arrest you?
Yeah. No, I was arrested. The end of my video has me getting arrested in it.
Okay.
I was stuck in the prison for 6 hours just because they were doing a bunch of paperwork and things because I'm a first-time offender. I had expected to be in for longer.
That's pretty awesome. When you were in the holding cell, were there other people in there with you?
No, it was just me. It was a nicer experience than I had expected it to be. Not a good one, but not awful.
So you weren't worried for your life in a cell with a bunch of people that probably did something way worse than you or anything like that?
I'm scared.
Yeah. a few of the stories kind of twisted it to make it sound like I was doing this as an attack on Nick Dwyer. I didn't know who he was until after I ate all this stuff. I had just read his article to see if there was, like, any redeeming qualities about the piece being AI. And there wasn't. It wasn't AI being used in some artistic way. It was AI being used just to use AI. The piece is on AI psychosis, which is not a recognized psychological thing. Or at time of acting, it wasn't. And even if it was, making a piece on AI psychosis by using AI is like if an alcoholist performs a piece where he drinks 15 handles of vodka to show that alcoholism is bad. I don't really know what psychosis is. I'm not a psychologist or anything like that.
Basically having delusions of grandeur.
Regardless, anybody could say that they are making a piece on AI psychosis and AI, generate me 200 pictures of my AI girlfriend. What does that mean? What does that accomplish? He's a ceramics teacher who uses an AI model to print ceramics for him, which is ridiculous. It's not really too important because I couldn't have eaten ceramics. I can't really think of anything to compare it to. That same thing still applies where it's just you had no hand in making it. You might have painted it. Who's to say that you didn't paint it with what the AI told you to paint? The color by number isn't exactly art. What kind of meaning does it have if you didn't spend time making it? You've spent time doing what you were told. That in and of itself doesn't make art.
No, that actually is really profound almost. Or not almost, it is. So what do you want people to take away from this when they view your video? What do you want them to think about?
Yeah, I mean, I really just want them to see that AI is not art. It does not have the capacity to be art. It is something that is lacking any human talent. It's something that just takes from other people and spits out their work. And using AI because you can't think of something isn't a good enough reason to use it. You can think of something. If that's something you can think of, you don't think is good, who cares? Like, it doesn't have to be good to be art. It just has to be made by a person. The video is titled 0 Calories because it's art that had no substance. It was food for me that had no substance. And it was I mostly did all of this to just, like, get it to the attention of the school. I hadn't expected this to go farther than Alaska at most. I wasn't expecting this to be a news story that was going to be covered. I felt that this was the most effective way to get across that this is something that needed to be stopped. Like, this is something that is not okay, especially in the art world. The eating it. I mean, clearly it was because it got covered by so many people all over the world. Like, there was an Italian news station that had covered it. There was a Turkish news station that one of my friends kept talking about that I could never find. Yeah.
That's insane, man. How's the school reacted since all this is kind of calmed down?
I mean, all things considered, pretty well. Nothing's really happened. The student government passed a thing saying that we will ban AI in the arts programs. And considering how nothing has changed, it doesn't do anything. The student government doesn't have any real authority in the school. They can, like, bring stuff to the board, and the board can be like, oh, we approve this, or oh, we don't care. A letter was sent recently from, signed by a few pretty, like, decently big-named artists, the co-creator of Blue Beetle. A few, like, New York best-selling authors had signed it. It got sent to the college. It got sent directly to Carrie Brown and actual dean of the college himself. But just nothing happens.
Do you want to say anything else to people before we call it?
Don't use AI for art. Don't use AI to come up with ideas for you. If you need to spell check something, just use the built-in spell check program on whatever you're typing on. Even the notepad has a built-in spell check.
Unfortunately, I can't quit using AI to strategize YouTube or else I won't be able to grow.
I do understand that. It is an unfortunate truth of content creation.
All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, hit the subscribe button. As always, Milty don't quit, and you don't either. Love you guys.